If you had to go to the polls tomorrow and they said, all right, you either got to vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, who would you vote for?
Kamala, all she cares about is the illegal migrants. That's all she cares about.
Never voted for Trump, ever. Not even when I was in junior high.
I have been listed as an independent voter ever since I began voting years and years ago. I went down this year and made sure that it said Republican.
I also think, with her experience working at McDonald's and such.
Trump's an embarrassment, and for a white guy, he's embarrassing.
For the next 7 days, I'll be traveling across America, visiting all the swing states in America, asking people who they're going to be voting for. We are going to Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina. So we are going to be visiting these 7 swing states, and we are starting off here in Nevada, asking the people who they will be voting for and who will win this election. Nevada is a swing state, and who would you vote for?
I think I would vote for the Republican. I did the Democrat, yeah.
Really, you'd vote for Kamala?
Yeah, probably.
What would make you want to vote for Kamala Harris?
You know what? It's more, not so much a vote for Kamala, it's a vote against Trump, I suppose, at the end of the day, yeah.
You're a swing state voter. Who are you going to be voting for?
Trump. Trump. There's no question.
Are you worried about all the migrants that came into the country? We know that is a big issue.
If she gets elected, we're all Gas will go up to $10, guaranteed.
And
she don't give a damn about nobody because she don't know jack shit.
Do you believe that if she is actually elected, Kamala, do you think she'll actually be able to impose capital gain tax on people?
Guaranteed.
And what would that do to America if we had to start paying capital gains tax?
Oh no, what's going to happen to America is we won't have an America. It'll be socialism all the way. Because she will give it away.
What would be your message to those that are going to be voting for Kamala Harris?
You don't even want to know. Because they're idiots. They have no common sense.
And who are you going to be voting for?
I'm going to vote for Kamala. I am.
I'd probably go with Trump. Honestly, because I don't believe a woman can run the country because, what if she's on her rag and she blows up everybody,
Yeah, so do you think we should be worried that if a woman does get elected, the other countries won't respect it as much?
No, but I like her swag.
Yeah.
I like the way I like Kamala. Mm-hmm. But I really don't like Trump. But I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on it.
Okay, but say tomorrow you had to go to the place to vote. Who'd you vote for?
I'll go for Kamala.
Wait, you just said Trump though.
But
so would you vote for Kamala?
Because I'm thinking about it, like as it's all playing through my head, I think I would go Kamala.
You said Trump at first, now you say Kamala, and now you're rethinking it.
I'm undecided, But no, I'm going for Trump.
He went from Trump, Kamala, back to Trump.
But Trump for sure. Trump for sure.
Who are you guys going to be voting for?
Kamala.
We're asking the people here in Nevada who they'll be voting for.
Donald Trump, I think. Yeah.
Okay. What do the people here in Nevada think about Kamala Harris? Because right now she is leading the polls.
Her voice is annoying as fuck. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think she has a right to just get involved with women and their right to choose abortion and all that stuff. I just think it's stupid.
Kamala Harris, she's obviously a woman and she's running on abortion. That's one of the main topics they're talking about. Yet she's never had a child.
Yeah. I think that it's just all about, she's like a puppet, so she has to say what she has to say. And then my thing is, she's literally getting told what to say. She's more of the emotional side, but she has no business in being involved in who chooses what they want to do for sex. Government needs to stay out of all that, abortion rights and all. That's just too far.
Who do you think would be best to be president for you to get rich?
Shit, probably Trump.
Between Donald Trump and Kamala, who would you vote for?
Probably Kamala.
Does it worry you that if Kamala Harris is elected, do you think she will close down the border?
No, why would she do it when she's elected if she's not doing it now?
So when she says that she will close down the border, should other Democrats believe her?
I don't believe a word she says, to tell you the truth. Why is she going to change everything when she's elected when she's had 4 years to do it?
You guys, as swing state voters in the state of Nevada, who will you guys be voting for?
I'm not sure, but definitely Trump, number one. Michael Superbacker, number two. Never going to vote for Kamala. She has no policies, no nothing. But yeah, it's definitely Trump.
Mm-hmm. And you, ma'am?
I would vote for Trump only for the fact that everything that he said he would do, he has done. in 2020. We heard some talk about him having felonies and everything, but nothing's been proven. It's just been stacked against him because of mainstream media tells you what they want you to believe. People don't do their research. If you actually do your research, you will find out all the hidden history.
If you had to vote, who would you vote for?
I'll vote for Trump.
Biden jumped out and then Kamala Harris got in. She got in when she shouldn't have been able to get in without going through proper steps to be able to qualify as a candidate.
So is it safe to say that you'll be voting for Donald Trump?
Oh yeah, I went down. I have been listed as an independent voter ever since I began voting years and years ago. I went down this year and made sure that it said Republican on my card. So yes, I'm voting for Trump.
What would be your message to the people that are going to be voting for Kamala Harris? What would you say to them to get them to vote for Donald Trump?
The best thing that let me put on my regular, no, I want you to see my eyeballs when I talk. So when you're looking to vote, the most important thing that you're going to vote on is the policy. And if somebody cannot offer you the words that give you the policy, then what are you voting for? Are you voting on a popularity contest? Because they're not going to do for you what you need other than just this. Because they're really good at the this, but I don't see no action in it. Go vote. I'm not even going to tell you go vote for Trump. I'm just telling you to go vote.
Who are you going to be voting for?
If I have to, I don't know that I will vote. Honestly,
Really?
I don't like societal things at this moment.
So do you think, like, depending on who's president, we'll see different changes in America?
I do believe that we would see changes, and if you had to do something, it would have to be Trump.
Do you live here in Las Vegas?
Yes.
And who do you hope people vote for?
Trump, of course.
Was your life better underneath Donald Trump or Kamala Harris and Joe Biden?
Well, Kamala Harris is doing what Biden did, and everything is going downhill. If you see the last 4 years where everything went downhill, what Democrats want to do is all those immigrants to vote for the Democrats, and that's what is what they call a monopoly.
If she gets back in office, we're done.
Will you be running or walking to the poll on November 5th?
Oh, honey, I'll go stand in line. And I'm not early voting. I do not trust early voting.
What do you think about mail-in ballots?
I don't trust mail-in ballots. I don't trust them.
Because of the last election.
People need to wake up and see that she is who she is. You know, she's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And I ain't even gonna try to laugh like her because I'd be insulting myself.
Would it surprise you if Nevada votes blue this year?
No, wouldn't surprise me.
And would you hope for it to vote blue or red?
Oh, definitely red. I don't see it happening.
Donald Trump won by 10 votes in the state of Nevada, and after Nevada, we headed to the state of Arizona, where Donald Trump won in 2016. However, Joe Biden won in 2020. And Arizona has 11 electoral votes. Here in Arizona, it is a swing state. We have just arrived here, and who will you be voting for?
I'll be voting for Trump.
And what makes you so excited to vote for Donald Trump in this election?
There was peace world over when Donald Trump was president, so that would be one reason. And the second is just the economy in general. Those are the two big things. I mean, people were making more money. He had the historically largest tax cuts.
Trump.
What about you?
Trump.
And who will you be voting for?
For what is it?
The election.
It really hurts me to vote, to be honest with you. I would just have to say, I'm a Trump hater, so that's what I could say.
Who do you think will win the state of Arizona?
I mean the presidential election.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the last election, I'm going to think that Kamala Harris is going to win. I think she'll do it better than Joe Biden.
And who do you hope wins the state of Arizona?
Well, I hope Kamala Harris wins. But, yeah.
And what gets you excited to vote for Kamala Harris?
Well, she's not Donald Trump. How's that? No, I mean she's very smart and very well organized, and I think she's got a lot of energy. I think she'll do well, and she'll make decisions, and she'll get along with people, and at least the people she's able to get along with. So I think she'll just bring a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Kamala will be more respected by foreign leaders like Xi Jinping or Vladimir Putin or Zelensky? Do you think she'll be more respected than somebody like Donald Trump when they're talking about foreign policy? And
there's no question more so than Donald Trump. Now, Joe Biden, I think, is very well respected.
We love and support Trump and all of his values and
It's great here. I love Trump. I'm 19. I'm a first-time voter, and I'm going to be voting for Trump.
And what makes you so excited about voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz this election?
Well, just change, moving on from what the past, I guess, like 8 years have been in terms of like Trump dominating a lot of the Republican arena, and yeah, just having him in like the national picture, like hopefully moving on from that.
And who will you be voting for?
Trump.
Trump. And why so?
Because I believe in his policies and we need him back.
Do you feel like your women's rights would be at jeopardy if Donald Trump were to win?
Yeah.
I'm voting for Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
We just talked to a lady that's going to be voting for Kamala Harris, and they say that their women's rights are at risk. Do you believe women's rights are at risk if Donald Trump wins?
No, I don't. I mean, it depends on what you view as, you were saying women's rights, right?
Mm-hmm.
It depends what you view as women's rights. Like me personally, I don't think Trump has any crazy policies. I know they're trying to say he's trying to ban abortion, but he literally said he's not going to do that. But yeah, that's my take.
And what makes you want to vote for Donald Trump?
I just think there's certain policies that I think are better than what Kamala's are. There's just some with Kamala's side that, to me, I find concerning unless there's evidence that they're going to be better, such as, $25,000 going towards homes. Sounds great on paper, but that increases the demand and already limited housing supply. It could, significantly drive housing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So certain things like that I find kind of concerning.
Yeah, and is there any policies that you're seeing from Donald Trump that gets you really excited to vote for him?
The main one obviously is just locking down the border essentially. Of course I want, people to come here and, be able to achieve the American dream, but there needs to be regulation and ways to kind of filter that out the best that we can.
Kamala Harris, she's now saying that she's going to close the border if she's elected. Do you think people should be able to trust her in that opinion, saying that she's going to close it?
Definitely not. She's been in charge of the border since with Biden, and they haven't done anything. So she's going out, not doing interviews now, just trying to go do publicity stints.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trying to get people to like her image, but she has no backing to anything that she's saying.
Who do you guys think will win the election here?
Trump.
Trump?
Yeah. Kamala.
And what makes you think that Donald Trump will win the election, or the swing state of Arizona?
Well, because after the incident, at the rally, I feel like he's gotten a lot of support.
And now there's been 2 assassination attempts.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll try to assassinate him one more time before the election?
I think yeah. So maybe he won't win.
So who will you be voting for?
I'm not voting at all.
And why won't you guys be voting?
Because I don't feel like my vote counts. I feel like it's rigged. It's already predetermined. So that's how I feel.
You believe that just because you are specifically here in the state of Arizona, where it has been a close call within 10,000 votes in the past 2 elections, that the votes here sometimes don't matter?
I don't feel like they matter anywhere. I feel like it's already preordained, and I don't feel like anybody's votes matter.
And do you guys feel more safe underneath the Trump administration past 4 years ago or underneath Biden these past 4 years?
Oh, definitely the Trump administration.
We interviewed 6 more people, and 4 of them were for Donald Trump, and 2 of them were for Kamala Harris, meaning Donald Trump won 13-7 in the swing state of Arizona. And now Wisconsin is where this video gets really interesting. And now we have made it here to Wisconsin, and Wisconsin is a very interesting state because in 2016, Donald Trump won by 0.06 or 0.07%, and then in 2020 Joe Biden won, and in the past 4 elections, whatever presidential candidate has won Wisconsin ends up winning the election. So today it's going to be very important and interesting to see who the swing state voters of Wisconsin are going to be voting for. Who do you guys think will win the state of Wisconsin come November 5th?
I don't know for sure, but I hope it's Kamala.
Ditto. So who will you be voting for?
Harrison.
Walz.
Totally. Never voted for Trump. Ever. Not even when I was in junior high, or in high school. None of that because of his reputation back then already. I thought it was a joke when he ran for president.
Mm-hmm. Were you surprised when he won?
Definitely.
It's ridiculous to me that it's even a swing state. That doesn't make me proud of Wisconsin.
What policies get you most excited about voting for Kamala Harris?
The opportunity income, things that'll help uplift the lower class, middle class.
Do you think millionaires and billionaires are getting taxed too much or getting taxed too less here in the United States?
We're all getting taxed too less. I mean, if you look back in history when the United States was actually, thriving, we were all paying a higher income tax rate than we are. So I'd be fine paying more rather than being pissed off that we're paying so much for wars or that it's getting wasted here or there, because there is mismanagement and a waste of taxes, but mine go to good things to help the people. So
Harris. And what makes you guys excited to vote for Kamala Harris?
I don't know. I don't have a reason. I mean, I just, I'm a Democrat, so, I mean, that's what I'm going for. So there's no special reason. I'm just going to be voting for, Democrat. That's it.
Camilla. What makes you so excited to vote for Kamala Harris?
Oh. See, you got me there.
Wasn't a trick question.
We need somebody that's going to get in there and do something, actually.
She has been in there for 3.5 years. What will she do different?
That's the thing. See, she was only the vice president. She wasn't the president. So with that being said, she had a little bit of say-so, but now she going to have power. So.
What's she going to do with all that power?
Hopefully she do something with it. I don't know what she going to do with it. I'm praying to God that she do something.
Who will you be voting for?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Yeah. And why so?
I just feel like Donald Trump is not really for us, speaking of my people. I feel like everything he's saying is all for show. And we actually need a leader. If it was up to me, I wouldn't even choose Harris, but I would choose Harris over Trump any day.
I'm going to vote for Harris.
Harris?
Yeah.
Whether Kamala wins or Donald Trump wins, what do you hope to see happen to
Kamala.
America? My bad.
That's okay, Kamala. I think we need to do a much better job of protecting our democracy, protecting access to voting, protecting voter rights. And I'd love to see us be more of a united country again, but I don't know if that's might be decades down the road.
Who will you be voting for, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Trump.
And why do you want to vote for Donald Trump?
Because the fact is like I'm a waitress, and with all these Democrats that are here right now, they raised their taxes, they've done everything wrong, and Trump never really touched anything. Trump actually was a billionaire and released, not kidding you. Like, he took all his money and didn't want any of it, And the thing is that he has respect for us Americans versus anybody else. And, I get it. Like, everybody's all shitting on him and saying that he's this, he's that, blah, 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 blah. But if you really look at it as a reality, he's a person too, not just us. And he's looking at the best interest for servers, for our farm workers, everybody. Because look at right now with their Democrat, what they're doing to our foods. Our foods are going horrible. Like, come on. The economy, look, we got raised completely when Bennett's here. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then all of a sudden he gets shot in the head for no reason. Like, come on. And then the other president leaves after a week. Screw that, everybody. Go for Trump.
And how excited are you for no tax on tips and no tax on overtime?
That would be awesome. That would be really awesome because we deserve that. As people that work hard. I'm a waitress at Zeb's. And to be honest, it's hard because I have a child. I have 3 kids. We have a house. We have all these bills to pay. And we're barely making them better by a minimum day by day because the fact is, our tax, it's $2.33 an hour. Literally, guys, you don't want to understand, $2.33 an hour. Plus, we get taxed on our credit card tips. Then on top of that, we don't get none of that by the end of the tax year. Maybe we get 50% of that tax money back.
And what would you guys hope to see Donald Trump do in his first year as president again?
Fix the economy, deport the illegals, stop the flying in of illegals and placing strategically in purple states. I would say also, too, is stop escalation for World War III in Ukraine.
And you yourself, will you be voting for Donald Trump or for Kamala Harris?
Me, myself, I'd rather go for Kamala Harris right now.
Why do you want to vote for Kamala Harris?
Well, right now, with Trump, man, from what we've seen from him and how he was, might as well, try a new person. What's wrong with a woman, right?
What's wrong with the woman? We love women. We love beautiful women too, right?
Yeah.
And do you think Kamala's beautiful?
She ain't ugly to me.
They need to go. Go, they can catch the bus back with the illegals.
Safe to say you will be voting for Donald Trump?
Absolutely, always. And it isn't about character, it's about policy. I don't look into the character of anybody except for, what's obvious. But to me, it's what they're gonna do for America that counts. And every time I listen to Trump, he gives straight answers, he has something to say, and so does Vance. They're straight talkers, they don't beat around the bush, they're for the people. Trump left luxury. He didn't have to do this. He's a self-made man, so he doesn't even have to run for president and get assassination attempts and put himself at risk. But he cares about this country. Kamala, all she cares about is the illegal migrants. That's all she cares about. Her parents were migrants. That's close to her heart. She just wants to snow the people. And people are buying it, unfortunately.
And why do you think so many people are buying what the media is offering them?
I think they think that the media is the end-all be-all. I think that they just take at face value what the media says, and then when things go viral and the people who are paid to promote for her, they just buy it. And they vote for her because they hate Trump, because they want a woman president, and all these things that are superficial. And at the end of the day, that doesn't matter.
Do you think Wisconsin will go blue or go back to red?
I don't know. I live in a small town, but there's a lot of Harris signs, which kind of concerns me. I don't know. It was very close in 2020. I have no idea how it'll turn out this year, but I mean, hey, it would be great if it goes for Trump.
What makes you so excited to vote for Donald Trump?
Not even that excited, but I just like his vibe. I can't lie, I just think Trump's funny. So I'm sure people hate that people vote like that, and I can't lie, I'm one of those guys who just votes like that. I think Trump's funny.
Who will you be voting for?
Trump.
And why so?
Because Kamala.
You said F Kamala. And why F Kamala?
Because she's the police. Like, she locks up black people. What else? Like, she's a complete liar. I'd rather vote for Trump.
Yeah.
At least we know what we get with him. We don't know what we're getting with her.
People say Kamala is black. Do you believe Kamala to be black?
I don't care what her race is. I don't care if she black, Asian, or if she not for the people, she ain't for the people. We gonna give small businesses $25,000 to start. I used to work at McDonald's. I'm a middle class American. That doesn't matter to poor people. Like, everybody's in the same boat right now with groceries and bills, rent. She's not doing nothing for the common folks. She's not doing nothing for nobody.
Why do you think when she does give her responses, a lot of times she avoids the question and she does use what you just said, I come from a middle class family?
Over and over and over and over and over again. She never answers any issues or says what she's actually going to do. She had 3 years as vice president. She has no policy. She has nothing. She never committed to anything. So why would I vote for her? What's the point?
Kamala Harris ended up winning 11-7 in the swing state of Wisconsin. And now before we go to Michigan, I want to tell you guys about how I'm tracking the election this election season. And now I'm here in Atlanta, where we're actually going to be finishing off the 7 swing states, and you guys are going to make sure you want to watch to the very end, because the results of the people here in Atlanta are honestly very surprising. And if you guys want the clearest forecast of the 2024 presidential election, you guys need to check out Polymarket. It is the world's largest prediction market, and unlike polls or media headlines, it gives you real-time odds on who's winning based on what thousands of people are betting will happen. And instead of waiting for different polls, wait, really quick, you guys, Trump or Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris.
Harris. So right there, look at that. We got 2 Harris people in the state that should technically be voting for Donald Trump. But you never know, and instead of waiting for different poll reports that come out days after events, you can see the actual chances of each candidate winning updated by the minute. For instance, right now, Kamala Harris is actually predicted to win the election by 50%, while Donald Trump is predicted to win by 49%. And as we get closer to the election, you guys are going to want to know exactly who people are thinking is going to win the election, and there's no better way to do it than by Polymarket. Go to check out Polymarket at polymarket.com/elections. I'd be checking it every single night up to the election if I were you. Remember, polymarket.com/elections. And now let's keep going on this swing state tour, asking each and every single swing state who they're going to be voting for. I'm telling you guys, I think you guys are going to be very surprised at the end of this video as to all the people we interviewed who they think is going to win. Now let's go into the swing state of Michigan, where they have 15 electoral votes. Do you think Michigan will stay blue or go back to red?
It's going red. It's going red. And I noticed that when you were talking to a bunch of people, everybody was saying about abortion rights. In Michigan, you could get an abortion up to 24 weeks. So that's 6 months. And that's... And people are saying they're voting for Kamala because of abortion rights. I just don't get it.
Who are you going to be voting for?
That's a deep topic. I'm an independent voter, okay? I voted for Barack Obama twice. The last primary for Democrats, I went with Bernie Sanders. I'm voting for Trump this time.
What makes you want to vote for Donald Trump?
Oh, man. It's a whole list of issues. The border, when you add 15 to 20 million people over here, and they all need places to stay, they all need to buy food, and you wonder why food and why housing is so much. And then they also have to buy car insurance in some states, and you wonder why the car insurance went up all of a sudden. So, when I think about my pockets, I'm going for Trump, man. I'm going for Trump.
Who will you be voting for?
I'm voting for Harris, only because with Donald Trump, y'all already know what come with it. It's either y'all get stimulus money, and then a lot of death come behind it.
He's not going to do stimulus checks.
Okay, still, is a lot of death coming behind him.
Death?
Yes. And nothing good behind him.
If you had to go to the polls tomorrow and they said, all right, you either got to vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, who would you vote for?
I think Trump.
Do you think Michigan will go blue or go red come November 5th?
Ooh.
I'm hoping that it goes blue, but it's tight. It's for the last 12 years, I would say, it's been tight. So I think in my heart that it could go red, but I'm hoping that it stay blue.
So you obviously will be voting for Kamala Harris come election time. You got the Kamala Harris shirt on.
Yeah. Trump's an embarrassment, and for a white guy, he's embarrassing. Because I walk around here, and people might think, hey, maybe he's a Trumper, you know? And you get different looks till you talk normal. That's just my opinion being down here.
What makes you excited about voting for Kamala Harris?
Not having to avoid walking out in the street. That was a really big, I want to say it was the summer of like 2021, 2020, where like the riots, the rallies, all the other stuff. There were a lot more cases of people just like being arrested, being killed.
I'm hoping Kamala.
But I want to see Harris win.
And why do you want to see Kamala Harris win?
Because Trump is ruinous for the world.
And in what ways has he ruined us for the world?
Well, he will. Project 2025 is pretty serious.
What is Project 2025?
It's an extreme right-wing, what do you call it? Extreme right-wing plan to redevelop the country into a Christian nationalist country.
Okay, what are some of those extreme right-wing ideas?
I don't know. Everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who doesn't know is lying.
And so what do you know about those ideologies?
Jeez, I can't think right now, but enough to have a really good opinion. If someone doesn't know, then they're not paying attention.
Okay, so what do you know about it?
Oh, let's see. I know that women's rights are going to suffer. I know that LGBTQ, all those rights are going to go away. What else?
And what rights will go away?
I don't know. Just everything is up for interpretation. And I don't know, it just seems a very, very dangerous place to be.
I know who I'm going to vote for. I'm a Democrat. So that speaks for itself.
What makes you excited to vote for Kamala Harris?
Well, Donald Trump can prove to me that he's power struck.
And you yourself, will you be voting for Kamala Harris?
Most likely, yes.
I'm hoping Harris.
Okay. And why do you hope Kamala Harris wins?
Trump and Vance are just truly evil and vile.
And what makes them so evil and vile?
They only care about themselves. They're out to make a profit. They're just not good people.
Mm-hmm. And did you know that Donald Trump is the only president to ever have his net worth go down while he was president?
Well, that's because he left his business in control of his sons, who are idiots.
He also didn't take salary while he was president. Do you think that's kind of honorable of a person to not take salary?
No, Kennedy didn't either. Trump only did it for the first year. He didn't do it for previous years because if you look at his tax returns, he didn't claim the deduction.
What do you think about the recent assassination attempt that happened on Donald Trump?
Well, the first one was fake, definitely.
What makes you think the first one was fake?
Oh, come on. Shooter getting that close. It just so happened that when he was going down in the polls, there's a sudden assassination attempt that, it's fake. It's just completely fake.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. And do you think Donald Trump would have risked the life of the people behind him because 2 people did die?
Oh, God, yeah. Donald Trump cares about Donald Trump, period.
What would incentivize him to run for president again if he doesn't care about American people?
Because he's an egomaniac and he wants to avoid jail. First thing he's going to do is pardon himself.
Okay, well, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
No.
You don't want to shake my hand?
No, you're a cult.
I'm a cult. Wait, you can't shake my hand?
You support a racist.
And why do you want Kamala to win?
Because I like her vision.
Her vision?
Yeah.
Do you think she's bringing hope back to the voters of the Democratic Party?
I think so.
Kamala. I hope she wins. Kamala.
What do you hope to see from Kamala Harris if she's elected?
I hope
That she's already not doing, as she is a vice president.
Well, I
with Joe
really
Biden.
want this abortion issue to be settled. I don't think the government should tell anybody what to do with their body. If they can't tell us what to do with guns, they shouldn't be able to tell women what to do with their bodies. That's my main priority right now.
Who will you be voting for?
Donald Trump.
Yeah, right now we got a war going on in Russia, Ukraine.
Russia, Ukraine.
Israel, Lebanon, and then also Israel, Palestine, and that's kind of like one big one down there in the Middle East, right? And then a potential war going with China and Taiwan.
Yeah, for sure. Nobody.
And who would you like to have negotiating those peace talks?
Trump, of course. Trump. Would you want your mother to be president? You know, I have nothing against women or nothing that, but it's certain situations and positions like women's supposed to be in, and I feel like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just not one of them. You know, I'm not discrediting her. I really don't know her like that, but I don't see this is a position like a real important position and you know a power. You know what I'm saying?
It's a critical time too.
Yeah.
And who are you gonna be voting for?
Who, me? Kamala Harris.
Why so Kamala Harris?
Because I got sisters, I got a mom, you know what I'm saying? I got nieces, you know, so I would say Trump is a bad candidate, but I feel like Kamala is just more for the females, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like we shouldn't ban abortions for sure. That's, you know, I feel that.
So you'll be voting for Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
So it worries you about like abortions and stuff? That like your main issue why you're gonna be voting for Kamala Harris?
I mean, specifically that only, yeah, probably. Just because, like, I feel like we shouldn't ban abortions. If Trump wasn't trying to ban abortions, I'd vote for Trump.
Well, he's actually not trying to ban abortions. He's putting it in the hands of the states.
Go Trump!
So
See, I don't know that. I don't know about politics. All I know is what they say, you right?
Okay, let's have a conversation, and I'll see if I can maybe persuade you or change your mind a little bit, all right? So for me personally, I started getting this stuff about 9 months ago. I was pretty like neutral on the subject. I could tell you whatever, it doesn't really matter. But then I started doing some research, right? I see that, and I went to the border. I've seen cartel drop migrants off into America, and now that we know that over 12 million migrants have came into the United States, they send them to shelters here in the United States that
money.
we pay for. They give them money up to
5,000, 10,000. I know.
They give them free rent. Would you like that free rent?
Hey, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you would like that free rent? Would you like that free food stamps?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like that free clothes?
Yeah.
Okay, so they get all of that, right? And then they can come in here, and then they actually, if they live in a sanctuary state, say they're driving a car and they don't have a license plate on it, the cop can't pull them over and ask for their documents because they are protected underneath the sanctuary state. That doesn't make much sense, right? And then, so say you make $100 and you got to give $20 of that to the government in taxes, right? Yeah. And say you want to give that $20, you will hope that $20 goes to the United States, and then you just find out that over 82 billion, because Biden just signed another deal yesterday to give $8 more billion to Ukraine. So $182 billion is going to Ukraine to support a war. Wow. And then on top of that, another like 60 to Israel. And meanwhile, people in America, like Maui, Hawaii, their houses are burnt by a fire. Joe Biden goes and visits them and only gives them $700. Would that make you still want to vote for a person that was the vice president of that candidate?
No, sir. He just changed my mind. Go Trump.
Donald Trump is trying to secure the border. We have a huge immigration problem. Kamala is incentivizing, encouraging, and she's promoting these illegal immigrants to come over with their CBP One app. It's a huge problem.
Who will you be voting for?
Kamala Harris.
Trump or Kamala Harris?
It's definitely Kamala because of the women's rights.
Because of the women's rights. And in Michigan, Kamala Harris won by a whopping 7 votes. After Michigan, we went to the largest and some would say the most important swing state, Pennsylvania. And after watching these interviews, I think it should make you question the polls more than ever. As of right now, it says nearly 50-50 inside the state of Pennsylvania. I think these interviews will say otherwise. Who will you be voting for?
Trump.
And what makes you want to vote for Donald Trump?
I think the economy was a lot better 4 years ago. My family was a lot better off, so.
And since what you've seen with the Biden-Harris administration, if she were to get elected again, Would you be nervous for what 4 more years could bring underneath Kamala Harris?
Yes. Yes, I would be.
And what do you hope to happen come election time? Do you think Pennsylvania will swing right or swing red or stay blue?
I think it might go red this year.
And how does fracking? We know fracking is a big issue here, and it's a big topic. Kamala Harris had said she was once going to ban fracking. Donald Trump's always saying, we're going to drill, baby, drill. How does fracking impact the economy here?
Well, I think it provides more jobs, more jobs, more money in the economy.
So what's more important to you, to have a president like Donald Trump or to have a black woman in office?
Being a black man myself, I would say black woman in office, But as far as like the politics and everything that's going on, I don't know. I kind of like what Trump has already did, for real, and what he's going to do. But I kind of disagree with most things, feel me? But like I said, I'm not a politician, so I just hope either one, gets successful.
How has your life changed in the past 4 years while Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have been in office versus
I ain't gonna lie, Sleepy Joe ain't do shit for me. Trump did a lot, feel me? Held me out of a big hole and helped me change my life with a lot of things that was happening. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna just go with my gut say with Trump.
Okay, so you will be voting for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, but you would rather have a black woman in office?
Yeah, it'd be nice,
We're just here in Pennsylvania, going to all the 7 swing states, asking people who they're going to be voting for.
Trump.
Okay.
What are you voting for? Trump.
5 for 5 for Donald Trump. Wow, this is quite amazing. The people here in Pennsylvania have all been pretty receptive to Donald Trump. And what makes you guys want to vote for Donald Trump?
I'm into cryptocurrency.
Okay, and you?
Taxes.
Taxes. How have Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's taxes affected you in these past
Have you
4
seen the
years?
gas pump? Have you seen the price of food? Have you seen the price of everything? That's why. In the
Going
4
up.
years that Donald Trump was in office, we had some of the best, money earning times we had. So, thanks guys.
Who will you be voting for?
Right now, Harris.
Okay. You're the first person we've talked to. We've talked to 6 people, and you're the first person that's going to be voting for Kamala Harris. What makes you want to vote for Kamala Harris?
I think she's a better choice.
And what makes her a better choice?
I think she'll do more for the middle class.
What would you like to see her do for the middle class?
Cut taxes.
Oh, Donald Trump.
What makes you want to vote for Donald Trump?
The economy.
The economy. The economy's been better underneath Kamala Harris and Joe Biden.
Come on, man. Kamala don't have no plan. She don't even have a plan. Her plan is abortion.
Well,
she's done nothing for women.
But
she's done nothing for women, black or white, Chinese, whatever. If you're a woman, Kamala Harris has done nothing for you in 4 years.
But she comes
nothing.
But she comes from a middle class family.
Yeah, whatever. That don't mean nothing. That means nothing.
And she's going to do price gouging.
She's not going to do nothing. She didn't do nothing for 3 years, but let all these illegal immigrants into our country. Look, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
But they deserve.
No, they don't. No, they don't deserve nothing. They don't deserve to vote. They haven't been. They haven't been here for 10 years.
They're newcomers.
They have not been a citizen for 10 years. They don't even have their papers. They don't deserve to vote. Also, mail-in ballots. That's a scam. It's a scam. You better vote for Trump. If you want to save this country, you better vote for Donald Trump.
Brother, hey, we're on the same team, by the way. I'm just messing with you. What would be your message to anybody that is going to be voting for Kamala Harris?
Vote for Donald J. Trump.
This childless cat lady is voting for Kamala. What makes you want to vote for Kamala Harris?
She's wonderful. She's smart. She has great policies in mind. Tim is adorable running with her.
You guys going to be voting for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Donald Trump.
You?
I ain't voting, bro. I'm scared.
Scared? What about you?
Voting for Kanye.
And what makes you want to vote for Donald Trump?
I want the economy to bounce back, and I believe in border control. And I just feel like whenever he was president, the economy was doing much better.
Who are you going to be voting for?
Kamala.
Do you believe that come election time, Donald Trump will win the state of Pennsylvania?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he should win it. Because the way she's going about things, like raising taxes on the rich, the companies and stuff, that's going to trickle down to us because the prices and everything is going to get a bit higher, and a lot of things is going to go on with that.
Who are you guys going to be voting for?
Kamala.
If you were to vote for somebody right now and you had to go to the polls, would you vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Well, definitely not Donald Trump.
So you would be voting for Kamala Harris then? Who would you vote for?
Probably Kamala Harris.
And why would you want to vote for Kamala Harris?
I feel like she is more in line with my political views.
And what are your political views?
Well, there's too many. I'm so sorry.
Okay, what's there's so many? What's two of them?
Well, let's just say I do support abortion.
And up to what month do you support abortion? Or what week?
Well, not like the third trimester like people are thinking. That's crazy. What the hell? No, that's like a baby coming out. But, let me move on. I also support gay rights, which I know damn well that the other one doesn't. So,
okay, so you don't think Donald Trump supports gay rights?
I definitely don't believe that. No.
And it looks like, is that a Trump National Golf Club?
Yeah.
Safe to say you'll be voting for Donald Trump.
Yeah, I think so.
And what makes you excited about voting for Donald Trump?
Probably the economy is number one. Yeah. Secondly, the border.
Who will you be voting for?
I will be voting Democratic. I will not be voting for the former presidents.
What's your message to all the people that are going to be voting for Donald Trump to try to get them to vote for Kamala Harris? What would you say to them?
To my fellow Americans that happen to be female, not saying that it was necessarily all his doing, but individuals such as he are taking away rights that you've had for decades. Why would you tolerate this? What's next?
Come November 5th, and you have to go there to the polls. Who will you vote for? You have to vote for either Trump or Kamala.
I'll go the other one. Kamala. What's the other one? Kamala?
Kamala.
Kamala. Yeah, I vote for Kamala. I'm not really a Trump guy like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm keep it being, bro.
Yeah, well, her name's actually Kamala.
Oh,
so
Kamala.
you
You
should probably know the name of the person you're going to vote for if you're really going to go and vote.
For sure, bro.
It's Kamala.
Yeah.
Or some people say it's Kamala. A lot of people don't really know these days.
All right, so.
Could be Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala. I'm going Kamala, you guys. Kamala, come here.
Who would you want to be your president for the next 4 years?
Oh, Trump, yeah.
Oh, what makes you want to have Donald Trump as your next president?
I just feel like he, I don't know, just knows what he's doing.
Who will you be voting for?
Trump, of course.
Kamala all the way. No questions asked.
And what makes you want to vote for Kamala Harris?
What makes me want to vote for Trump? That's the real question. Nothing.
And you, yourself, who will you be voting for?
Do I have to say, but I'm going for Harris.
Okay, and what makes you want to vote for Kamala Harris?
Just because I like her policies, and I just don't like Trump. I'll put it that way.
Trump or Kamala?
Kamala.
Kamala. What makes you guys want to vote for Kamala Harris?
Because we need a girl president.
Yeah, I feel like a female should run for this time.
Really? It's just because she's a woman, you think she'd be better president?
Yeah, give her a chance, give her a try.
Would you vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Donald Trump. Who am I going to vote for? I'm Democratic. So I'm stick with the Democrats.
Who will you vote for? Trump. And do you trust Kamala Harris if she's going to be the next president?
Not at all, not whatsoever.
And why should Americans trust her if she has let in so many illegal immigrants, but now she's saying, well, we're going to close the border?
She ain't really going to close the border. That's just for whatever she's saying. She keeps talking about her economic plan, but she doesn't explain it. Okay, well, how are we going to build these new homes? How are we going to shut down the border? It's all, I was born a middle-class child, and, just all her other shit that she says,
So far here in Pittsburgh, we've got an overall majority of people, I'd say about 75% of people have said for Donald Trump, but in the polls right now, it says that it is literally 50-50 right now. Do you think Pennsylvania goes blue, or does it go back to red?
It's got to go red. I mean, listen, I'm not woke. I don't care what you do. You can have a job, you could have this, you can have this, but, what the fuck is it with these pronouns?
Well, who you with, man? Trump?
Trump, you better believe it, man.
You know what? He's going to win. But being the fact that all that impeachment and all that he went through, they ain't going to let him in office. He's going to win it. It's going to be history because they're going to let him in, man. He's the most powerful fucking president in the world.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. They even said that themselves.
I guarantee you, he gets in, Russia will stop. The Ukrainian-Russian war will stop.
Yeah.
Guarantee you, Israel will stop.
Right now.
Who would you rather have as your commander-in-chief in a World War III, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
I want Trump. Period. That's my fucking dude. He never started the shit that they did.
With Pennsylvania being a swing state, who do you think will win come election day?
Donald Trump, hopefully. Yeah.
And we've been talking to a lot of people, and it seems like the vast majority of people here in Pittsburgh are going to be voting for Donald Trump. Why do you think it is so close in the polls right now as for Donald Trump and Kamala Harris?
I don't know. I think it's hard sometimes. We don't know how accurate those polls are.
Who will you be voting for?
Probably Trump.
You guys think Pennsylvania will go red or stay blue?
Blue.
Blue.
Absolutely blue.
And what makes you excited about Pennsylvania potentially staying blue?
Because, like, the more policies that going red would take down, I completely disagree with it.
And are you part of the LGBTQ plus community?
Yeah.
And what rights are you afraid of getting taken away?
Being able to transition because I'm transgender. And so being able to, like, go transition, get top surgery, get testosterone is pretty much going to be unattainable, especially with prices, but also if those rights get taken away, then I can't do anything.
Do you think Kamala Harris should give prisoners free sex changes?
I don't entirely agree with that, but I think that if you want to get a sex change, you should. But I think,
How hard is it to get a sex change here in the United States?
it costs thousands and thousands of dollars, so you have to have a really good job making a lot of money, and then you also have to be able to have paid time off for like 6 weeks.
Is Donald Trump trying to get rid of the right to transition, or is it more you'd have to pay?
From what I heard, it was kind of both. I haven't looked too much into it entirely, so I know that makes me a little impartial.
Who do you think will win the state of Pennsylvania, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Definitely Harris.
Definitely Harris.
Yes.
What makes you so confident that Kamala Harris is going to win?
Women. Yeah, it's abortion is lethal. It's like plutonium, radiation poisoning. The moment they overturned that, it was gone.
Safe to say that you'll be voting for Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Who would you like to win?
Trump, 100%.
And Grandma, who are you going to be voting for?
Who am I voting for? I will vote for Donald Trump.
And do you think Donald Trump will be best for the future generations, such as your granddaughters right here?
Absolutely. Kamala Harris lets everybody across the border, doesn't prosecute. I have family lives in Texas and California, so don't give me that, oh, Kamala's for the working person. Kamala's for herself, as she always has been and will continue to be.
In Pennsylvania, Donald Trump won by just 3 votes. After Pennsylvania, we headed to North Carolina, where the past 2 elections Donald Trump has won. However, each election it gets closer and closer to the Democrats winning. North Carolina has 16 electoral votes. And who do you guys think wins the state of North Carolina?
Absolutely Kamala Harris.
What makes you want to vote for Kamala Harris?
Well, I've got a daughter that looks up to her and sees that strong, independent women, what they can do if they put their mind to it, can reach the top of the political spectrum and become president. So, you know, the fact that having to deal with another 4 years of Donald Trump would not be something that I would want our family to have to live through again.
Yeah, on a national security level, who do you think would be best to keep you and your family safe?
Well, I think Kamala Harris has our best interest in mind for sure.
Honestly, I hope Trump wins, bud.
Or what makes you want Donald Trump to win?
I don't know. I just feel like the country was in a hell of a lot better place whenever he was in business and running the show versus Bidenomics.
Trump train all the way, bud.
You're going to be voting for Kamala Harris?
Yeah, I would.
And why are you going to vote for Kamala Harris?
About time for a woman to be in charge. Men have done it long enough, and they're not getting nowhere, so...
Really?
I mean, Trump had a chance, and Biden's had a chance. Everybody else has, but you haven't had a woman president yet. I'd like to see it happen.
And are these your friends right here?
Yeah, these are my buddies. I'm going to get mugged when I get back.
Yeah. Come November 5th, who wins the state of North Carolina, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Man, you already know, man. It may be a little split. It may be a little split, but I'm going to tell you, Kamala's going to come out top with this shit.
Kamala on top?
She's going to come on top with this shit. She's going to come on top.
North Carolina.
The state of North Carolina.
I'll
Now, factually speaking,
we'll go Trump for the state of North Carolina, but in all honesty,
Trump
all
might
around,
win. Factually speaking, yeah, Trump might win. Factually speaking.
Okay, but you guys want Kamala?
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
And why do you want Kamala Harris?
Honestly, just I would love to see a woman president. That's like the basis of it, the bottom line of it. I honestly don't know all the details to specifically answer. I do know that the economy that we're living in is not the best. And I love the way the change happens. So any change that we can see, I would love to see.
And you, why would you want Kamala?
I mean, just one reason. I was all with Trump at first until at least wanted to get police officers full immunity. Like, that was a big kicker for me. Like, they can just come in, shoot somebody, you, me, anybody, and they off.
So honestly, just having a change and a start fresh is my mental and my mindset on it as well.
Okay, so you start fresh with a woman who's already in office.
Yes. Start fresh with a woman who's she's not already in office in the position that she wants to have all the control over.
Yeah.
But to start fresh with someone who has a different outlook and different opportunity for us as well.
Who's going to win North Carolina, Trump or Kamala Harris?
Kamala.
Kamala.
Trump.
Kamala.
Kamala. Trump.
And who do you personally want to win?
Harris.
What policy of Kamala Harris makes you excited to vote for her?
I think first of all, it's easy for me to make that decision because I'm not a big fan of Trump. That's a personal preference. But also, I just think what Kamala Harris has done for the working class. I also think, with her experience working at McDonald's and such, she's been, someone who's worked, what a lot of us have to work for our jobs. So,
How do you think her role working at McDonald's prepared her to become the next president?
well, I think it gives her a perspective that a lot of our leaders don't have, which is living a life that most of us live, having to work and make ends meet, maybe living paycheck to paycheck. And I think a lot of our government leaders don't have that perspective, unfortunately. And so when we have leaders who have that perspective, they can remember who they're representing, which represents most of the citizens of our country.
One thing, I don't know if you think this is super cool, but I think she's doing a lot for women's rights this election.
Oh, absolutely. I think for diversity, for the LGBTQ communities, and being a member of the Asian American community and myself, I can tell you that I felt ostracized. I felt pushed away by when President Trump was in office, and I think that Kamala Harris, also being someone who is African American, has that perspective as well too.
And come November 5th, who do you think wins the swing state of North Carolina?
Harris. Yeah, I've been living in Charlotte for over 20 years, and this is all the time I've been here. This is the first time that I have seen where Charlotte is a Republican state, and most people I'm meeting, they're starting to vote for Democrats this year. They're not following Trump.
Who are you going to be voting for?
I'm going to be voting for, it's hard right now because there's a lot of going on. But I heard supposed to be a female in office, so I'm going to vote for her.
Who are you going to be voting for?
Trump.
Your buddy right there was just going to be voting for Kamala Harris because she's a woman. Do you think people should be voting off of gender? He's going to be voting for Kamala Harris. He can't vote because he's a felon. And
I'm a felon too.
Really? What you guys do to become felons?
See, I'm a convicted felon, you feel me? Murder charge.
Come November 5th, with North Carolina being a swing state, who do you guys think wins?
Wins what?
Wins the election here?
Trump.
Trump?
Yeah.
And you yourself, will you be voting for Donald Trump?
I can't vote.
Why not?
Felon.
You're a felon. We just talked to two other felons. They can't vote either. Are you a felon? Huh? Are you a felon? No. Okay, so since you're not a felon, who are you going to be voting for?
I don't know. I'm not voting for Donald Trump.
Okay, so you're voting for Kamala?
Yeah.
And why are you going to vote for Kamala Harris?
I really don't have a reason. I just know Trump ain't it.
Who do you think will win the state of North Carolina?
I think the Republicans will carry it again.
Okay, is that what you guys are hoping for?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think we could see underneath the leadership of Kamala Harris, another 4 years of Kamala Harris?
She's a disappointment. All I see from her, no policy attitudes. She just is giggles. So.
Just giggles.
Giggles and has alcohol, so forget it.
Giggles and what?
Alcohol.
Come November 5th, who do you guys think wins?
Oh gosh, I'd say, I've been a North Carolina resident my entire life. I don't think my fellow state people would vote for Kamala Harris. Now I can't say for certain, but if I had to guess, I would say the state. If I had to put money on it, I think it's going to go to Harris.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be the first time it goes Democratic and votes for the Democrat Party in a very long time.
Yeah. I'd like to see Trump retain this state.
Do you guys think Donald Trump wins or Kamala Harris wins?
Well, I want Trump. I think it's so mixed here, but I'm pulling for Trump.
And who's going to win?
Kamala Harris and what?
Okay, and why do you want them to win?
Because our economy, because we're not divided, we're as one, unity. The other candidate is with the foolishness, division, separation, craziness. We're not, United States is not a part of that. We're better than that.
Who are you going to be voting for?
I'm completely independent and then Kamala Harris all the way.
And will you also be voting for Kamala Harris?
Yes.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Yeah. And would you guys have voted for? Would you guys have
Kamala Harris?
Kamala. And would you guys have voted for Joe Biden if he was still running for president?
Yes.
Yeah. What makes you guys excited about voting for Kamala Harris for another 4 years?
Not having a racist president.
I am voting for Donald Trump. Period.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
End of the conversation.
Kamala Harris won North Carolina by 7 votes, and so far at this point, it is split 3-3 as far as who people will be voting for. And now we head to the last swing state, and potentially the most important, with it being Georgia. And Georgia is a very controversial swing state because in 2020, after Donald Trump lost the election, he made a phone call looking for 11,000 more votes.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
And since that phone call has made it one of the most controversial swing states, and so let's figure out who the people in Georgia will be voting for. Here in Georgia, we've been going to all the 7 swing states here in America, and we've made it to our last one here today in Georgia. You, as a Georgia resident, who do you think wins the state of Georgia come November 5th, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris.
Really? And what makes you so excited to vote for Kamala Harris?
I just feel like she has integrity and respect, and that's what the country needs. We don't need division.
Trump or Kamala?
Oh, we're voting for Trump. Trump, absolutely.
And who's going to win the election come November 5th?
Oh, Kamala Harris. Yep.
November 5th, Georgia, probably Trump.
Trump. And you yourself, who will you be voting for?
Right now, I'm leaning Trump. If I had to vote today.
Who do you guys think wins the election here in Georgia, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Trump. 100%.
Yeah. Why would somebody want to vote for Kamala Harris?
You tell me.
And why should people vote for Donald Trump?
Look where the economy was when he was president.
Harris.
What makes you think Kamala Harris is going to win?
Because Trump's a f***ing idiot.
And what makes you think Donald Trump is a effing idiot?
Because I have a brain.
Kamala Harris or Donald Trump?
Absolutely Kamala Harris.
Kamala all the way.
Donald Trump is a dumpster fire, and we don't want any more old white men in the office.
And why did people elect Joe Biden if they don't want any old white men in the office?
They won't elect Joe Biden. That's why we're glad he stepped down and Kamala Harris is.
But why did you guys elect Joe Biden if you guys didn't want any old white men in the office?
Last time was fine. This time we're tired of old white men. Now we want younger and more change. We know because we're old. We don't want any more old people running the country. Time to turn it over to young people. Let the young people run the country.
And Kamala will be the best bet for America?
Absolutely,
Kamala
100%.
has the interest of middle-class America and not the rich, old, white folk.
What's your favorite characteristic trait of Donald Trump?
Favorite of him?
Yes.
He does not have one. He is completely self-centered. He's all about himself. He's only running for office to try to keep himself out of jail, and he's a crook and a criminal. I don't know that he has one single redeeming quality, not one.
The election?
Mm-hmm.
Kamala.
Kamala. And what makes you want to vote for Kamala Harris?
Well, she believes in some of the things I believe in, like abortion rights and women's rights and things of that.
Who do you think would be best for the country, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
I want to say Donald Trump. I think he will get us better.
Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Well, I'm going to take Harris. I don't like Trump. So I'm just going to vote for Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let a female have a chance. See what she do.
Let a female have her chance. Let her see what she can do. What do you think she'll do?
Well, she probably can do better than Trump. She ain't going to be with the races and the evil and the divide. She going to be more like humble, like a female. She more compassionate. Yeah, I give her a chance.
What policies of Kamala Harris make you excited?
Well, it ain't really the policy. I just got to see sometimes a change is just good. Like the young generation, y'all got to change.
I think Trump will end up winning it. I think the Democrats really killed it last election. I don't think there's going to be that much of a surge. Hopefully, Kamala will win, but I don't know. I just don't really foresee it happening.
Mm-hmm. And who will you be voting for?
Kamala. 100%, yeah.
You'll be voting for Kamala, but you think Trump will win here?
Unfortunately, yes.
If you had to vote tomorrow, who would you vote for?
I would vote for the lady.
Lady, what's her name?
What's her name?
I can't remember. What was it?
I mean, I don't know her name. What's her name? But Donald Trump is for the American people. You know, it doesn't matter what color you are. You're American people. He's for the American people. He's not for the other countries. That's one big check that he has for him here in this country. He's for the American people. He's not for the Mexicans, the Cubans. He's not for go over there. He wants us to straighten our country up as citizens of the United States of America so that we can come together and rise. Together, you know, clean our country up. That's what he want to do, clean our country up, not other countries, and then come back and our country's still dirty. And that's what I believe in him.
Yeah.
And so if he win, I think so.
Knowing what you just said, will you still be voting for the woman?
I gotta weigh my options again.
Well, with what you just said,
I just said, I'll vote for Trump.
Okay.
what I just said.
We're just trying to get an overall idea of who people will be voting for in these swing states.
Kamala Harris.
And who do you think will be best to put America first, knowing what we have seen from the past administrations between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris?
I don't think, based on just the policies that they're discussing, that Trump is the best candidate for right now. For not anymore. It's a whole lot of things happened when he was in office. There were some good things. I never deny anybody for the good things that were done. But in general, some of the things that they're talking about now and how the Republican Party wants to move in certain ways with the Project 2025, all these different things, I don't think that's going to be best for the American people.
And do you believe that Donald Trump is part of Project 2025? Because in the debate he said he's not, has anything to do with it.
They already got his name all through it. They've already shown that on TV. It's not even something I heard. It's what they've shown on TV. He's denying it, but he is.
When it comes down to it, who will you guys be voting for?
For the president?
Yeah.
I vote for Kamala Harris.
I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
What makes you guys want to vote for Kamala Harris?
I like her policies, and I like what she's doing, and I feel like she's the better candidate.
What policies of hers are you liking?
Just in general, just everything really. And plus, I'm really not. I'm not even trying to make it a Trump thing or anything, but I'm not really a big Trump fan either. So like, I just like Kamala Harris.
And what about you? What policies are you excited about for Kamala Harris?
I would say, especially being a woman, the women's rights and just making sure that we can get that back in effect for our country.
To be honest, I don't like either of the candidates. I think they're both not in America's best interest, but unfortunately, you got to vote for the lesser of two evils. It's probably going to be Trump.
I'm Republican, and I just can't go against like Republican values on what we stand. So, and he was good for the economy. He just runs his mouth a lot, but at least we get to know like what he's for and what he's not for.
Mm-hmm. So. And do you think it's a little strange that Kamala Harris won't do too many interviews? She's only done maybe at this point 2 interviews.
Yeah, it's strange. She's indoctrinated, so. That's why.
Here in Georgia, in 2020, they voted for Joe Biden to win by nearly about 12,000 votes. Do you think this year will come down to the wire as well?
No.
Okay, do you think Trump will win the state by 60, 50, 60, 70%?
Yeah, I mean, he should be able to like pull it off, but they keep putting a narrative that he's trying to like ban abortion. When in the debate, he clearly said that, he brought it back to the states for a reason.
If you were to talk to somebody that is going to be voting for Kamala Harris, what would you say to them to try to get them to vote for Donald Trump?
Keep watching. If you're going to vote for Kamala, keep watching cartoons, because that's what you're going to get, animation.
Who do you think will win the election come November 5th, Donald Trump or Kamala?
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
Really? Why so?
We don't want Trump. We don't know. We just don't want him.
Trump, he just don't fit the description to be a president. I don't even know why he was elected in the first
black
place.
people, jobs, and all this. He's racist. We don't need that in this country. We got enough of that going on.
Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
I'm gonna say Kamala.
Who do you guys hope wins?
Trump, man.
And who do you guys want to win? I want to win Trump.
Yeah, same.
Kamala Harris, I'm sorry. You and Joe Biden been in the chair for 3 years and haven't did nothing for this country. Y'all did more for Ukraine than you have your own country. Make that make sense. And people still endorsing and voting for her. But like, why would you vote for somebody that ain't did nothing for us in 3 years?
Who will you vote for?
I will vote for, if I would, I will vote for Donald Trump.
And how does it make you feel knowing that a lot of your tax dollars, what do you do for work? Or how hard would you cook? And when you had to pay your money to taxes, how do you feel knowing that billions of dollars are being sent overseas, meanwhile
it's a slap in the face to every American taxpayer, every American, let alone if you're a taxpayer or not, every American. Look at all the homelessness going on around here. You got thousands of homeless people, man. You sending them billions of dollars over there to Ukraine to people that don't care about none of us when you need to be taking care of your own backyard. Make that make sense.
What would be your message? We talked to a lot of people today and they say they're voting for Kamala Harris. And they say because she's a black female, a lot of them, and that because of abortion.
Race don't got nothing to do with this. Right is right, wrong is wrong. All of a sudden you want to be black. You wasn't doing nothing for black people the whole time you was the head DA over there in California. You sent majority black and Spanish people with life sentences in prison. Like, you got a messed up track record, a messed up background. I'm sorry. Like, and people was crazy for even voting for her. Like, what have she did for this country in the last 3 years? What have Joe Biden did? Nothing but told us lies, sold us dreams. Like, can y'all wake up and be for real, man? Like, even though Donald Trump going through what he's going through with the felonies and the charges, bro, that man's the only man that can stop this war between Putin and Ukraine. He can cease all that. And he's gonna put money back into the economy. That's another thing. Why the immigrants, the immigration, like these folks got more rights than we do. Like they getting $2,000 checks, food stamps, and they putting them up in hotels. We work here and pay taxes here. We don't need to get that treatment. Like, what is going on with the Biden administration? If people got common sense, they will wake up and see what have Joe Biden and Kamala did for this country the whole time they've been in that White House. What have they done? The inflation is going up, the food prices going up, the cost of living going up. People is becoming homeless every day. So what are they doing to our country besides hurting it? They hurting this country, man. Neither one of them need to be in the chair. I'd rather have Donald Trump. I'm just being honest, man.
It ended in a split decision in Georgia as each candidate received 13 votes. And after interviewing people in all 7 swing states, these are the results. Kamala Harris won 3 of the states, while Donald Trump won 3 of the states as well. And it is a tie in Georgia. However, overall, Kamala Harris received 81 votes and Donald Trump received 82 votes. Needless to say, this election is going to get down to the wire. Make sure you are registered to vote, and if you guys are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and give this video a like. This is Nick, and I will see you guys in the next video.